Hey guys, it's v003 and this time I'm racing Big Blue, Sandocene and Deathwind. This time I'm doing something different. I've chained together a couple of videos to name the exact numbers 3 in order so I can tell you what I've been working on lately, and that's interesting. I know it must be interesting that somebody who participates in the race today does something other than racing, but here you have it. This time I've played a couple of other games, like UFO Sectoid Run. That's a fun XCOM fan game. I am actually 3 missions deep into the game, 3 missions out of 5. But that's not the reason I've lengthened this video so much, and the reason is, guess what? Minecraft. Actually, I know X stopped playing Minecraft. I've read his blog post, and I think I still remember that in about video 21, 22, around those, when he already had the export, he was talking about the idea of cool boss monsters or stronger versions of existing monsters, and pretty much that's what he wrote about in his blog post. But the interesting thing is that I have managed to implement the deep zombie about 90%. The deep zombie has more health, which means 30 health points instead of 20, or 15 hearts instead of 10, and also some extra armor, 4 instead of 2, and either more speed or more damage. I haven't checked the source code ever since. However, there are some other interesting things I've played in the source code with. To name a few, there is cobblestone, which in my modifications will drop gravel about half the time. This means that gravel, and by extension arrows, are an infinite resource, because lava and water can be used to make a cobblestone generator. I know X has made one, and ever since then I'm using his designs for making my own. But yeah, it was in his live stream, which was like 3.5 hours of Minecraft, when he built a tower with lava lights, and that was when he had an outbreak of lava, and that was fun. Okay, well, maybe for the viewer that was fun, maybe for him it wasn't that much fun. But he played Minecraft, he adventured, and it is about version Minecraft Beta 1.9. So it was fun, and I've got around to implement the Deep Zombie again. And the new Deep Zombie has a yellow shirt and a purple skin instead of the traditional green skin and teal shirt, and that's what sets it apart from the original zombie. And at this point I'm thinking of implementing a couple of new monsters, namely biome specific monsters such as an ice warrior, a warrior made of ice, which would be exclusive to the tundra, taiga biomes, or like a dragonfly for the swamps, and as some more interesting mobs to the nether. A good example would be the flame creeper, that instead of exploding and destroying blocks would set everything on fire. That's an interesting mechanic I'm going to play with. I mean, creepers are an interesting monsters I'm going to play with, but I'm not above creating my own. And my first idea, which was about half a year ago, was... oh wait, it was not half a year, it was 11 months. 11 months since X attempted to create his series of Call of the Prime Wars, which ended rather abruptly thanks to wolves being present almost everywhere. So, my idea was to create a new monster, was to create some sort of boss monster that can spawn other types of monsters. Like I don't know, the queen from StarCraft 2. Okay, it cannot spawn other units, but it can increase the spawn of other units, and it makes sense for a queen type of unit to spawn smaller types of units in any game. So my idea is like the queen, or like the infestor, which can spew forth infested terrains. My other idea would be a mage type of monster, like the skeleton mage, or the dark mage, or the undead mage, to have a couple of names. And yeah, that's something I consider fun. The mage could use different sorts of spells, like an exploding web spell, which, as its name suggests, spreads web in a small blast radius, which slows enemies and of course damages enemies. Or the traditional fireball mage, who shoots fireballs like the blaze does in the nether. But to make it more interesting, the undead mage, I'm going to call it that, the undead mage can summon other monsters to help him. And other than calling for others around to help, it can also create its new type of monsters, any kind of monsters for defense. Pretty much these are the ideas I have for implementing X's suggestion. One thing I forgot was the explosion, which I changed, so it mines the blocks. Every explosion mines the blocks. There is no destroyed block. Every block is safe and mined, well, unless it falls into a lava pit. So creeper craters can be restored in my mod, and TNT can be used as a mining tool. And pretty much that's it for the mod as of its current state. And because gravel is a renewable resource, and eventually many players will end up ordering large stacks of it, I've made an option in the furnace to smelt the gravel into cobblestone, and that's cool. And these are pretty much where I am. I've got the deep zombie, I've got the cobblestone gravel relations done, I've got the cobblestone edited, I've got explosions and item entities also edited, so I can do some crazy stuff, like, as I said before, make exploding things without destroying the items caught in the explosion radius, which is cool because when you die and you lose your diamond sword, it's really frustrating to have a creeper shot by a skeleton explode and destroy your diamond sword, diamond pick, whatever, steel pick, whatever item you've worked on really hard, like an enchanted steel pick. Yeah, that would be painful to lose. Anyway, that was the 3 races. I'm cutting this video off. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next day in track 5, Silence 1.